Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us his word. So we'll talk about, slavery, captivity, and how, we're going to have these other nations, in slavery as well. And because, they're proud against us and, they had us in slavery as well. Even up to this very day, these other nations look down on Jake, and they have contempt and hatred, for Jake just as much as Esau. But, we're going to get our revenge on these other nations as well. Set up through the spirit. Read the book of Judges. We went into captivity pretty much under all nations, man. So that's going to give us the justification for throwing them in slavery. When Yahushua returns, scriptures talk about, the rest of the dead live not again, till 1,000 years were up or expired. They live not again. I mean, they're going to be under subjection under us or in slavery under the Israelites, the elect of the nation of Israel, for 1,000 years. And then they're going to be let go. And they're going to go back to their lands and, set up their own governments and their system, but still be under subjection unto the Israelites, the elect, and pay tribute, to Yahushua and his kingdom. But the first scripture is Deuteronomy 28:37. Because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness, with heart, and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and nakedness, and the want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck, until he have destroyed thee. So yeah, it's talking about, the slavery, but also, we have to serve all our enemies, which consist of these other nations as well. This is next scripture, next verse. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Yeah, so we went into captivity, man. But all these nations, were confederate against us, according to Psalms 83:2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they hate thee, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. And they have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. So all these nations, were of one consent, and they joined together, against us. Tabernacles of Edom, Ishmaelites, Moab, Hagarenes, Arabs, Esau, Chinese, Japanese, Gabal, Ammon, Amalek, Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur is also joined under them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Some of the Hamites, Esau, Ammon, Japanese, Chinese, Amalek, the ones that are calling themselves Jews or Jewish, the Israelis today, all of them, all the nations, have joined together and said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. And they pretty much succeeded, Vast majority of our people don't know who they are today, except for that 7,000, that the Most High has preserved. They didn't bow down to Baal, the remnant, which will be awakened in the last days, and we're seeing that now, praising his name in the west. The Lord's going to come from the east. nations have a price to pay as well. They have that tab that they're gonna have to pay as well, man. It's Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Yeah, it's our patience, man. And our faith is what we believe. You know, they came together one consent. They helped throw us in slavery, and even in modern times, the transatlantic slave trade. You know, the Arabs and the Hamites and the Africans got together and helped round us up to Esau, you know. And we're sent to a land that no man, and we're sent over here to America. The transatlantic slave trade. In the modern day, if we read the book of Judges, all throughout our history, you know, we went into slavery under these nations as well. So the Lord said, he that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. So we're going to get these nations, man. Next scriptures are Revelation 2:25. But that which ye have already, hold fast until I come. Yeah, this truth, man, this knowledge. You know, hold fast unto it. This faith. Don't let it go. You know, don't give up. Don't throw in the towel, man. He says, he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Yeah, he says, he that overcometh. It's all that we're going to have to go through. Especially in these end times, man. The time of Jacob's trouble, what you're dealing with on the daily. But ultimately, you know, that hour of temptation, mark of the beast, you know, the time of Jacob's trouble. And just during those ends that you can be delivered. It says right here, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Yeah, so you got to prove yourself to Yahushua, man. You fall out, you know, you're not fit for the kingdom, man. So you got to prove yourself to Yahushua, and then, you know, he'll give you power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken into shivers, even as I received of my Father. And he shall rule them with the rod of iron. All these nations that ruled over us, man. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, man. We have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. So not just Esau that we're going to get, man. We're going to get all of them, man. So then rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter, they shall be broken into shivers. We're going to break these nations like they broke us, man. He broke us down, you know. Especially Esau, man. He said he put a yoke of iron upon our neck and until he have destroyed us. And we were destroyed, we were broken down, you know. And we have no remembrance of who we are. None unto this very day, except for the elect. We're so destroyed, it's like we tell our people who they are, and they refuse to believe it. They don't want to believe it. Until, you know, until Esau or until like Putin tells them, you know, who they are, then they want to believe it. But 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off anyway, man. They're going to be destroyed. And they'll be brought back, you know, raised up the right way with some common sense. But that last scripture is Isaiah 49:22. Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I lift up my hand to the Gentiles, and I'll set my standard to the people. And this Gentiles is talking about the heathens. That word there is goy, or goyim. He's talking about the heathen, the other nations, the non-Israelites. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. You know, slavery, man. So it's like it says, and thy daughters, thy sons in their arms, Their, possession. So they're going to be carrying our children. They're going to be a subservient position, carrying our children. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. And they shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. So yeah, it says they shall lick up the dust. They're not going to be actually licking, our feet. That's just representative of being a subservient position. It says they shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth. And they're gonna know. And they're gonna know why we, went into slavery. They're gonna know the whole breakdown of that. Not because we're just an inferior, nation of people, but because we transgressed the laws of our power. That's why they're gonna know. But yeah, I just wanted to, get on these other nations, man, these heathens, just watch some news clips. That Vivek guy, he's proud, he's a proud little heathen. I just want to do a video. We're gonna be throwing these other nations in slavery too, because they look down on us and they're against us and they hate us too. But with that, shalom.